he doesn't know why I don't accept me.
Nobody said a word till I told him to, I mean, why didn't even say anything? It was quieter when I asked him to be quiet, Bullet.
Well, the thing is, it's like one of those things, like, one of those things, gosh, I'm trying to think of like an analogy where kids don't understand like certain expressions anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like fax it to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
Or Xerox this for me.
That's exactly right.
Like nobody knows those expressions because those things don't exist anymore.
Like, well, when I was a little true story, I tried, Evil Knievel was pretty big in my day, and I tried to jump a bicycle over 4 trash cans, and I about died. Seriously. That's where I learned to take a bump on an early age. But I'll never forget this. My smart aleck brother, well, he didn't check to see if I was alive. He just asked me, he said, "Smart aleck, get up and do it again." And that's one of those things where I actually was going to get up and do it again before he stopped me and said, "Stupid, I don't really mean..." Anyway.
You thought he was doing some Scientology thing,
yeah.
where it says that the way to cure your pain is to redo the activity that caused you the pain, and that's how you overcome it physically.
That's very Tom Cruise-ish, I tell you.
I just thought that reference was a little overhead. Apparently, it's right on your wavelength.
I'm right in there, brother. John Travolta too, buddy. I love it. But anyway.
Apparently, you know all about fitness.
Oh, that's good, boy. Wait. Oh, good. I shut up. We got to save this for the show. Dang, man. I need to just shut up till we go on the air.
Exactly.
That's good stuff.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dad You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You're the claps.
Bullet.
You know what time it is, George. How was the weekend?
Bullet, I had an unbelievable weekend thanks to you. It continues on, Bullet. I thank you so much. Help me recall some of the stuff we just had that was real funny. We're like a comedian that tells the jokes behind the curtain. We use our best stuff before we go out in front of the crowd.
Yeah, that's the worst thing is I'm funnier off stage than I am on.
But I got to ask you something about that in a little bit. But anyway, thank everybody. Bullet, what a great week we had. Bullet, just, of course, we finished up. I went yesterday and picked up the ring and a trailer, of course, from our racetrack, Raceway Ministry show. Once again, everything's packed up. It's kind of sad. We'll be back there in October. Heck, I don't even know who even won the race, but I know that we had a great time, Bullet. It was just a beautiful weather.
They have the race? I don't know. I know they served hot dogs and pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I know for sure.
Well, you know, when the campers come by and say, you know, the wrestling's just as good as the campers, either they're lying, which probably is the case, or NASCAR's real bad. I mean, one or the other. But anyway, we thank everybody, Bullet. It's one of my favorite events. We've been doing it almost 13 years. I appreciate you coming and saving the show for me again.
Been 11 of those 13.
Oh, buddy. And of course, we'll be back in October. We packed up, everybody load up, and it's just kind of a very ghost townish right now. A few weeds, a few little drink cups laying on the ground. Kind of sad. But anyway, we will be back. The race cars have moved on, and we will be back. So much going on, Bullet, this week. I got to catch my breath. First time ever for me this coming Saturday, and it is not wrestling related. My all-time favorite band, Journey, Bullet, will be in town, Charlotte, North Carolina, right here at the big Ampla. I don't even know what to call it now. The Ampla.
Amphitheater?
Well, it was Verizon, whatever. The big outdoor thing where all the groups go, whatever that means. But anyway.
Uptown Arena? Or
well, no, it's outdoors. Over in between Concord, out by the Speedway.
Oh, it's the Verizon Wireless.
Yeah, Verizon Wireless something thing. Yeah, exactly. So they're coming. The Doobie Brothers will be with them, and then some underneath guy that I've never heard of. But anyway, Journey's coming. Bullet, 16,000 tickets are already sold. Now, I know a lot of them's probably freebies, but I'm going.
There you go.
I am very, very excited about this, Bullet. I had one ticket available, and Jessica Simpson was not available. Bullet, so I'm going to take one of my twins, which came down to very, very cutthroatish of Fritz choosing Kerry or David to put the world belt on. I mean, seriously, because there's only one ticket, okay? But the decision was made. Kerry will be going. David's okay with it, okay? David's okay with it. David's got his own company going. Everything's fine. So I will be there.
David's going to go to Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, win the belt down there, so everything's good. Oh, that's good, Bullet. But anyway, a lot of I'm so excited about Saturday, Bullet. Of course, I posted a lot of stuff about it, and of course, this gentleman will not go into the idiot bag of the week, but he should. But anyway, so of course, here it is. I'm bragging about how excited I'm going. Bullet, for me, going to be pretty close. I'm not going to be like, nosebleed seats. I'm going to be right there where when I throw my bra up on stage, it's going to land on stage. Bullet, okay? But anyway, some goof posted right in there that when I was 12 years old, I went to see Journey. The guy's probably my age now, but he went to see Journey, and it wasn't no good. That's what he actually posted, and he said, matter of fact, I couldn't even understand what they were saying. Who freaking cares if you can understand what? I know all the words anyway.
Well,
Bullet.
don't you think that sound systems have kind of improved since then? I mean, right now, like the sound speakers that were at that arena that you were watching were probably the equivalent of speakers that we have in our phone right now.
That's exactly right.
If computers are any indication,
that very good point.
Lead us to believe that.
They're very good point. And and I don't care what kind of experience this guy had. I mean, I don't even know him, whatever. But come on, miserable guy. Like you said, Bull, a lot of things. It ain't even the same journey. They done changed band members like 18 times since you was a kid. But anyway, Bullet, it's very WrestleMania-ish for me. Who cares about the matches? Who cares who's wrestling? You just part of it, Bullet. Okay. And I'm still trying to find that Daisy Duke look with the real short blue jeans for me, and then maybe that rebel bra and the cowboy boots. Ain't that what everybody wears at one of these things? I think more of the women wear it, but it's just that sleazy, trashy, having a good time look is what I'm looking for.
I think a American flag board shorts is probably more of where you want to be lying down. You've already kind of got the tank top thing with the I Love Jesus.
Yeah, okay, very good.
That's already kind of falling apart. I'd hang on to that, but don't forget the American flag board shorts with the flip-flops. That I think would be an appropriate option.
Very good, very good. And of course, I gave up drinking a long time ago, so maybe I think I'm just going to get me a gimmick cooler and just stick a can in it where they look like I'm one of them sleazy people, the redneck. I need that feel, Bullet, or I'm not going to enjoy a journey. Okay, you see what I'm saying, Bullet? That looks like I have no life.
Get the cut-off weightlifting gloves, even though I know. So you look like Andrew Dice Clay on vacation.
Oh, exactly.
Think about Andrew Dice Clay if he was on a boat trip.
That's exactly
what
right.
You need to be.
That is the look, Bullet, that I will capture. I got like 4 more days to do it. That I will capture. I don't want to draw the attention from Journey because they are the band, they are the star. But I think I'll hold my own against them, Bullet. So anyway, a lot of going on. I'm very, very excited. There is wrestling going on besides Journey, Bullet. I think also Saturday, right up the street, right up the road, Hickory, North Carolina. I don't remember it ain't the Crawdads, is it? What is it?
Yeah, it's the Hickory Crawdads.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I did a podcast with Aaron Cox, their play-by-play guy, and talked about the Hickory Crawdads. And you can see the field in the background where we'll be wrestling. And we were just there with Big Time Wrestling, I think about 2 years ago. And now we're coming back with Northeast Wrestling, a different company. So, but Hardy Boys and Ric Flair will both be there.
That's exactly right.
This Saturday at the Hickory Crawdads Arena. I forget what it's called, or stadium. But if you look up Hickory Crawdads, where they play in Hickory, North Carolina, is where this wrestling show will take place.
And please correct me, Bullet. I think this is one of Ric Flair's since he's been allowed back in North Carolina. This is one of his first North Carolina appearances.
This is for sure one of his first North Carolina appearances.
In a long, long time.
Yes.
So just a lot going on. That's where we'll all be this weekend. Of course, Sunday I'll be doing a birthday party. I'm going to be talking to a lot of our students tonight. A lot of stuff going on. We're staying real busy. Bullet, I know you've got some stuff coming up too with a comedian.
Yeah, I got some tonight. I just did some this past weekend. I'll probably be doing some along the way if things still go according to plan for next week. I will be taking off for Iowa, so I might not be around next week. But who knows? Life has really gone on a downward spiral for me. I may be around next week to film this show. Basically, if I'm sitting in this chair next week, life has gotten even worse for me. So, but I think that's kind of been the whole theme of this thing. Yeah. I think that's something I could have said 20 episodes ago.
That's exactly right.
I'm still sitting in this chair. Life has gone absolutely horrible for me. So
that's a very good point.
The more you see this show continue,
less life we have.
You don't need to come and ask me, Jake, how you doing? Obviously awful. I see that Dad, you don't go wrestle is still going on. Right. I see you're still here.
And see, that goes right along with, I had one of Facebook reminded me of one of our memories today, which, believe it or not, it's already been 2 years, and I posted that picture when we went to do Miracle on the Mountain, one of the first live appearances of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle television.
First, you mean only and last. Only and last.
2 years, Bullet. We're, believe it or not, that either, and we ain't been kicked off, which is pretty sad for America, okay?
I thought I had another 25 to go before we could wrap this up. Apparently I was wrong. But once again, life takes you on a downward spiral.
Listen, we are looking, both of us are looking for things to happen in life that may take us away from this show, but it doesn't happen. So much going on, Bullet. I do want to get, we could do a whole broadcast on this poor gorilla that got shot. I mean, I think if the people, again, I blame all humans for screwing everything up. If they would have, this is just my own personal opinion, okay? Documented, it'll be in my next book. I think if they would have just left the gorilla alone, the gorilla would, I think personally, he would have just handled it, and I think he would have just gave it back. I personally, that's my own opinion, Bullet. It happened to Tarzan, didn't it? Yes, it did. It happened in another movie, George of the Jungle. Same concept.
Jungle Book?
Jungle Book. People, but I think when humans again started freaking out, okay, Bullet, they do, like they do us sometimes. I know how I get when we're trying to set a ring up and humans start trying to talk too much or trying to all tell us how to do it. And I believe personally, I think that's what happened. If they just calmed down, left the gorilla alone, I think he'd have just made a friend. Bullet may personally took the show on the road. I don't know, but it's anyway. It's tragic as it was. It did happen. I just think the poor Heat. I wish I could have get as much heat as the Zoo's got right now.
And it was
Bullet.
Cincinnati Zoo, am I correct?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I was making sure this is all in America and this all happened. Well, nothing is more American than, not letting see how something plays out. Like, no, let's just kill something
yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot it,
That's
kill
right.
it, ask
it.
question later. There's a possibility this could go bad.
Yeah.
But no, let's just murder
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like, that's kind of the American way. So I feel like the murder of that gorilla, there should be the American flag superimposed in the background. Because I feel like that's the American thing to do. Just kill and figure it out later.
That's exactly right.
Instead of thinking like, hey, maybe this animal will have compassion. Maybe this will work out to be okay. No, let's just murder it and sort it out later.
That solved everything.
That seems to be, a platform for a political candidate that's running right now. So, and everybody seems to be behind that. So why don't we just jump on that bandwagon? I'm like, let's just murder everybody and figure it out later.
Now, see if you remember this, Bullet. Now, even, please correct me, I think it was Dusty Rhodes that actually brought out his famous gorilla, remember? I think it's either Georgia Championship Wrestling or...
This is news to me.
Yeah, he brought, remember in the cage?
Now I'm starting to question if you've been landed on your head a couple of times, because I don't think I've ever heard
Bullet? Yeah,
No.
This on you.
No, I don't.
He was Gary Hart had brought in Abdullah, his monster. So Dusty Rhodes said, "I'm gonna bring my monster in," and they rolled a cage out with a sheet over it. And they opened the sheet, and it was in WCW. I was in the back. It was Dusty Rhodes Gorilla, and you got to see it. This is on YouTube.
Isn't that kind of racist a little bit?
No.
Like,
It was a guy in a
okay,
gorilla
all
suit.
right. It's a guy in a gorilla suit.
Oh yeah, a guy in a gorilla suit
all
was
right.
going to tag with Dusty against Gary Hart and Abdul the Butcher.
Okay, there's a
Monster
little
against monster.
bit of parody there. I was a little worried that
Yeah.
you have somebody like Abdullah Butcher and like, oh no, we just have some gorilla.
No.
See, there's a
was
little bit of
really
racial undertone there, and
it was real cool, Bullet, because I'll before next episode I'll find out who played the part of the gorilla, but it was a huge gorilla suit inside a cage, and the gorilla was over like $1 million.
Okay.
And that's how visionary the dream was. That I don't think it ever made it to the arena, but I think it would have sold out personally. Dusty just trying to control this gorilla, and what I'm saying is, it wasn't one of these gorilla suits that you could see the zipper up the back like the old Japanese movies. You know what I'm saying, with Godzilla, where you can see if Godzilla breathed fire and turned around, you could see the zipper up his back, and that kind of killed it for me as a kid. This was like a real gorilla, Bullet. But anyway,
went to the guy that did the effects for Terminator, Sam. I'm forgetting his name. Whatever. It's gonna make you mad. Like last week, we figured out. Wesley. But I'm trying to forget the guy that did all the special effects. He's the legendary practical effects guy who did like the Terminator 2, a lot of James Cameron movie.
That's the name I said.
It's frustrating me. I think Sam Winston. I might be wrong, but I think Sam was in there, and I want to say Winston's in there. So.
And one of these, you have to look this up, Bullet. One of the biggest boo-boos, I don't even know how we got on this, is I watch movies, and when you've been in the wrestling business, you always look for stuff that goes wrong. But there used to be a movie back in the day, and our fans can look this up before we go off the air, was Cujo. It was about this Stephen King movie, this huge St. Bernard dog that just got rabies and went around killing everybody. And it's actually, the reason I remember it, because the real tough mama, I actually met her, was the not Susan Day from Partridge Family, but the one day with blonde hair. I met her at the Monster Fash or whatever in Charlotte. But anyway,
Monster Bash?
Monster Bash, where I actually met Linda Blair, who, like I told you, was very scary in like a attractive kind of like cut your throat kind of way. But anyway, long story short, you can see in the movie they didn't even edit it. That's why they needed you back then. But Cujo has just attacked this family, and Cujo is actually in the window of the house. Slobber, he's got a little bit of juice going, bullet, and you can hear right on camera, this is on DVD document, you can hear the trainer telling Cujo to come back, and Cujo, he ain't listening, kind of like my kids, but Cujo is fixing to tromp through this window, and bullet, right on the air, they didn't even edit out, you see the hand of the trainer right here, right in the middle of the movie, the hand of the trainer comes up, grabs Cujo, and jerks him out of the window, bullet. At least edit it out or something, okay? Or at least put Freddy Krueger's hand on the trainer and add it to the movie. But anyway, kind of killed it for me as a kid, bullet. So but that's still in Cujo. So anyway, a lot of stuff going on. We've jumped every which way. Bullet, if you don't mind, idiot of the week, please.
Okay, here we go.
Bullet, so much going on. Bullet, I'm just telling you right now. I'm gonna tell you, we may even branch out later on and do another podcast just covering idiots of the week. I don't know if we can get them all in. This is kind of neat, Bullet. I love it when all of our idiots of the week are close to home because it just shows you there's still a lot of idiots left in Charlotte, North Carolina. This just happened 2 days ago. It was brought to my attention. I think it's a neat little story is, of course, the police right down the road here on the northeast side of Charlotte got a report of a big fight broke out. A big fight broke out, which happens a lot, a lot of the weather, driving, whatever. Road rage, whatever. But anyway, so the police go, Bullet, there was these two 14-year-old girls, yes, in the street, fighting from like Norwood Elementary or something like 14 Elementary or whatever, junior high, whatever. But they were fist fighting, and the reason, the two girls, will not go into it, but Bullet, on each side of the street was the parents of both kids that were fighting, letting this, I think it's cool actually, I wish somebody would have sold tickets, but the parents are there, not trying to stop it, but encouraging the kids to fight, Bullet. So I just thought, what I want to do, since we're on the topic of adults and grown-ups, humans, I will throw the parents into the idiot bag, Bullet. The biggest reason is if you're going to do something like that, Bullet, you got to sell tickets. That's my personal opinion. If you're going to let your daughters fight, fist fight, of course, the parents was arrested. The daughters wasn't. They were broke up. Of course, the parents was. But anyway, it happened right down the road here, Bullet. I'm just sorry we didn't know about it. We could have maybe we could have filmed it. I could have set up a table.
It might have outdrawn, like John Cena coming back to Raw. I don't know. Maybe.
That's exactly right. So anyway, I'm gonna throw the parents in here because there's just a lot of it could go both ways. But Mom, Dad, you got to find a way. If you're gonna pay the price, get somebody else to pay the price. In other words, if you're gonna book something like that, you got to at least try to make a few dollars. I mean, the end result's the same. You're going to jail. I guess what I'm saying, they will go in the idiot bag, Bullet. Why would you give that pay-per-view material for free? Is what I'm saying, Bullet.
You train your kids to be killers. You know what I'm saying? That'll make some money off of it. That's all I gotta say. But since we're talking about police and handling stuff like that, this comes full circle with our whole episode. There's a story that I think needs to be shed light of. A young man who was autistic, a very large young man, and had a history of violence, and he had gotten loose from his caretakers, and they called the police. Now, the police came up on this young individual, like I said, history of violence, very large young man, autistic, doesn't interact with people very well. The police officer, instead of using force or any type of action, sat down with the young man who was sitting on a curb and tried to make an emotional connection with him to let him know that everything was okay, and calmed him down enough that they could get him back into a safe place.
Oh, wow.
Feel like maybe that should be done a little bit more and use a little bit more compassion. Yeah. I think maybe we can put that a nice little button on this episode.
Yes.
But then again, what do I know? I've only been here for 170 episodes. Obviously, I don't know anything whatsoever.
That's right.
So, what do I know?
Listen. All I'm saying is, folks, if you're going to let your kids fight, you're going to stand on the street and watch, at least put a copy of in their hand.
the second greatest book of all time, because it will go viral, and we need the hits here
Yes,
at
we do.
highspots.com.
Good show.
Now, you want to know more about what I'm doing this weekend or what George is doing this weekend? I'll relay any message that he has to say about Journey if he can come to some
buddy.
proclamation that Journey is not the band that he thought it was. I will make sure that it is tweeted on my Twitter account at Man Scout Manning or on my Instagram account at Man Scout Manning. This has been another edition
show,
of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Good show, buddy. Dang, I would watch this show. Bullshit. If I come in late at night, cable access, I just fixed a bologna sandwich, and I'm flicking the channels, I would watch this.
Well,
personally.
cable access,
Right
I
at-
have to put it on legally.
Well, right after I bought that spongy that takes up like a whole river, okay? You know that thing they try to sell that'll soak up any water? Boy,